this has never been seen before in the Scare Maze, as it's never been used, and they've actually got some cool information about this that I will share with you in just a moment. Hello and welcome to a little bit of a random video, and today, as you can see, I'm in a bit of a different place and it's not a theme park. Isn't that weird for me? But yeah, I am here inside Stourbridge Scare Maze once again, a little bit early because it is actually July. But yeah, well, what I'm going to be doing is just taking a little bit of a walk around the bottom floor and showing you just a little bit of behind the scenes and a couple of facts you might not have known. Treat this as a bit of a halfway to Halloween event because obviously I can't wait for Halloween. It is the best time of the year, and yeah, I know a lot of you miss out on Halloween and like really want it all year round, so here you go, here's a Halloween video. As you can see, we are down here in the zombie/military section, which is obviously extremely well themed. You can see on the walls all the chevrons and stuff. Obviously, as you're going through this maze, you don't normally have time to actually take in the theming due to obviously being chased and screamed at by all the actors, but if you take a moment to look at all the detail and the theming in here, it is absolutely incredible. You can see all the ivy, obviously the chevrons and stuff. There's a few things in here that you might not notice as you are walking through or running through them. So up here, as you can see, there's a couple of lights. There is a couple of these lighting systems. These are coloured lights and I think they do strobe, so obviously as you are coming through, those lights will be on and they will be trying their best to disorientate you. As you can see, there they are. Obviously your head will be about here, so you probably will not see these at all as they are facing the way you would walk. So obviously you'll be looking out this way and you wouldn't even notice the lights, so they're obviously just very well hidden. And yeah, they are there to basically disorientate you and confuse you, especially when actors are coming out places like this and other places around. A few little details on the wall. It says East, obviously East Wing entrance to Lab 652. So obviously this door is just a bit of the facade, obviously, as you're walking, as you walk past here, but it all just adds to the overall theme. You see there is another door here. It says 2 on it, obviously. You see a few of these as you walk in, but obviously in the dark with all the lights flashing and everything, you might not get the chance to actually properly notice all of these doors and all the hidden details, such as this big machine looking thing here, and the barrels, and obviously this crate that has been smashed open. Another thing in this area that is normally completely covered are these modules up here. You would never see these as you're walking around. Obviously these control all of the lights and sound effects and speakers throughout this entire area. And as you can see up there, there is also a sensor. So obviously these are all triggered, all the effects are triggered for when guests walk through. These lights obviously are normally on. Obviously none of them are on at the moment due to construction and all that, and obviously the maze is not ready to open yet. And you see obviously in here, this is actually part of the theming I believe, but I think a lot of it is actually hidden in there as actual wiring and stuff, so you would normally just see that and think, oh, that's cool theming, but some of it is actually part of the setup. These lights would usually be on, and obviously you can see, take a minute to appreciate the theming in here. This big sign. And you can just see the trusses. This light's normally on, it's normally red. All the wires hanging down, as you can see over my head. There you go, all the wires. And yeah, it comes around the next corner. All the barrels and just random signs to make the theme even better, like this sign here. Calcium hydroxide danger, severe skin burns. Which is obviously kind of part of the whole theme around here, because it's kind of like a lab and zombies have broken out. And up here, lots more theming. This screen is usually on as well when you are walking through the maze, so that's obviously another good effect that you can walk past. This big logo, which is part of the theming and part of the lore of the entire maze. You can go and do your own research if you want to know about that. And it's quite rare you get to see this area normally, as it is normally full of strobe lights, and obviously you are very disorientated in here. People will be grabbing you through these nets and obviously through the grass and everything. There's someone coming out through here. And yeah, obviously, as you can see, there is another one of the lights up here. These are one of the hidden lights. These strobe lights you will see, obviously completely lighting up this entire area, flooding the whole area with strobe lights, completely disorientating people. And yeah, obviously this door here that says a guest chamber will normally close like that, And obviously as you walk through, this door will fly open and they will try and grab you and probably take you in there with them. And yeah, obviously you just don't get to see some of these details sometimes when you are walking around the maze. We come to a rather interesting section. As you can see just above me, there are lots of lights, fixtures all around the wall, all in here, because these obviously create a different effect in here, which look really cool. Obviously you don't normally see these because obviously there is enough darkness that you can't see them at all when it's dark. So yeah, and actually there's quite an interesting thing right in here that I can show you. So if we head right on into here and take a right, we enter this room. This has never been seen before in the Scare Maze, as it's never been used. And they've actually got some cool information about this that I will share with you in just a moment. Obviously I'll just have a little walk through, got all the cells, as you can see. It's got some buttons, as you can see there's some keys, if you can kind of start to guess what this might have been. I don't think there's something you can turn, there you go. If we open here, padlock and some keys in here. And if we come over to this final door over here, another padlock in there. So what's this all about? So this area you can see just behind me, if I just pan around, actually was meant to be an escape room before the Scare Maze opened quite a few years ago now. This whole area was intended to be an escape room. There is this one and there is another one that did not get finished before the plans were cancelled due to COVID, I believe. And this whole building instead was turned into the Scare Maze that everyone loves today. But it's really crazy to look back, obviously, over this entire thing and realise this was all made for something that was inevitably not used, which is really weird. And obviously I think in the future this probably will be incorporated at some point. Although I don't know if I fancy going through there today. As you walk past a rather creepy looking character here, I'm sure he's quite friendly. We enter the second escape room area, and obviously you can see this is really, really, really well themed. See if we come up these stairs, it's extremely quiet in here, which makes it a lot more eerie. But as you can see, the theming in here is so good. Come over to here, look at this big machine. Obviously this would have been part of the entire attraction. If we open these doors, there obviously would have been some stuff in here too. I don't want to mess with it too much because obviously I don't know how well it's all been put together, considering it hasn't been touched for a while. But this theming is incredible, and obviously I love this room and I hope to see it used at some point soon. As we enter the sewers, and a fun fact, this down here was all meant to be filled with water, you see from these pipes. But obviously it never went ahead due to it being probably quite a slip hazard. As you can see, the metal bars, people probably would have slipped, as a lot of people like to run through this maze. Because a lot of people want to get out as fast as they can. You see a lot of buttons here. Controls, all theming obviously. Some cameras obviously, you wouldn't normally see these as you're going through. Hello there. Hello there. And obviously hidden in this pipe here is a big speaker, which obviously plays the soundtrack quite well. And obviously I would normally go down there, but there are things blocking it off from that side due to construction and things at the moment. So maybe in a future video I'll take around that part. Obviously this door would usually be closed, that leads into the workshop and room where the actors get ready. And this is a cabin right here, which is another storage room, which is normally closed obviously. That's what I mean by blocked off. I'd usually be able to get into that tunnel right there, as you can see. But at the moment I can't, but maybe in a future video I can take you around that part alongside the basement. And then in another future video I can take you upstairs. Because obviously this maze is split into 3 different floors, which makes it incredibly unique. And that is it for this quick behind the scenes tour of the middle floor here at Stourbridge Scare Maze. Hope this is getting you a little bit excited for Halloween and what you can expect when visiting the Scare Maze. Obviously there's a lot more to be discovered in here, alongside a new area. If you've seen the announcement, it's called Cryo, and it's going to be incredible. I've already seen it and it is already looking amazing. Obviously they will share more updates when the time comes. Obviously, yeah, if you want to see the part 2 and 3 of this video, which might be coming soon, you never know, drop a comment and like if you did enjoy. And yeah, hopefully this is getting everyone excited for Halloween. And I just want to say thank you once again. Been nominated for a UK Theme Park Award Content Creator of the Year, which is absolutely crazy and I can't believe it. And yeah, I won't be able to do this without all of your support, so thank you all so much. And obviously from me here in Stourbridge Scare Maze, I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.